Okay, this is the next video that I promised where I explain everything. This is a 2022 Hyundai Elantra SEL, very basic package, the starting package. There are other packages in the SEL category that give you even more bells and whistles. This one is the base package. They have one called a convenience pack and a couple of others, I think. This one is the basic one. First off, we'll notice right away that this has, let's start it up. It does have push button start with a fob. We'll go over that later. It has real, genuine analog display. Those are actual meters. If you turn it off, you can see. See the sun glaring in, you can see that those are physical meters. If you push the button once without the foot on the pedal, you get a the same as turning a key backwards, and so you get that accessory, which allows you to do things like turn your radio on. Push the button again, you get what's known as a system check. That's like turning your key forward without starting it, and if you put your brake on and press, it starts. Okay, first buttons. Windows, pretty self-explanatory. Mirror, don't need to show you that. Down here, where's it at? There it is. Trunk and gas, hood release, and down there, manual brake, stick shift, park, reverse, neutral, drive. If you pull it all the way down and then nudge it, you can do your low, medium, high gear manually, just like an old Tree, or some of the old ones had low and second and drive. So like that. Park, brake up. Buttons down here. Let's zoom in again. Come on. There we go. This is your illumination light, plus or minus. I just keep it all the way up. That's your illumination. This is your highway lane assist. Push it, icon comes on. Push it again, icon goes out. Highway. Right. This one is also a lane assist, but for city driving. Slower speeds, below 40 miles an hour. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. This one is your defeat button for your, it has two things. It has stabilization and traction control. If you push it once, it says traction control disabled. And then, of course, if you push it again, it goes back on. It doesn't really tell you anything. If you push it and hold it, it'll switch to traction and stability control disabled, and you get that little yellow light. This is like driving an ordinary car at this point. It defaults to back on if you turn the car off. Okay, that's those buttons. Now let's go to the steering wheel buttons. On this side, this brings up your voice commands. And it tells you to do whatever you need to do, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. This whole side is for controlling this, your infotainment center. So the mode is your radio. So it changes AM, FM, whatever mode you have set. Okay, so the next one is your volume. That's this one. Up and down. Okay, up and down, up, and mute, push it. So you can see that. This one is, of course, all right, you guessed it, switching through your channels or your presets. All right. Oh, that's that one. That's this one. There is no push in, it's just up or down. Okay, this is for your phone. If you have an Android phone and you want to take full advantage, you got to hook it up with a cable. If you have an Apple phone, it's wireless. But this is to make calls and to hang up. Okay, so let's push and hold this to turn it off. Push and hold, turns it off. This side, another lane keeping assist. This one works in the city. You can turn them both on simultaneously, highway and city. I don't like them. I keep them both off. They will stay in whatever state you did them. Hold on a second. That's my alarm telling me my sugar's up. So we're going to dismiss that. Sorry about that. I'm diabetic. Okay, so this thing tells this guy what to do. So every time you push this mode button, it tells that screen to show something. Oh, come on, Jesus. Focus. There we go. So we're going to push it. Gives you different, there's your menu and then that screen. Yeah, we'll get more to that in a second. Okay, so this screen, this button toggles through the screens. It says I'm getting shitty gas mileage. That's because I'm sitting here idling. That number will go up as you drive. So let's not worry about that. Okay, so, and of course, if you switch screens, so you go to this, you push up, see it, tire pressure. Attention level is, it'll squawk at you if you're driving like shit. That, and then tire pressure, which will only show if you're actually driving. So, I don't know why my autofocus is so crappy. Okay, and then of course, the next one is your bunch of your advanced menus. There are other videos out there to show you all this stuff. I'm not going to go through it. But that's your advanced menus. So let's page again. That one, and of course that same toggle up and down button can go through your trips. Another trip, so you can have, I guess, 2 different trips. I haven't gotten into that yet. So okay, miles per gallon, driving mode, normal. That's this guy right here. First button, drive mode. Normal feels nice. Sport has higher RPMs. I don't like it. And smart, which sort of is like it lets you, depending on your driving habits, it changes. I like normal. Normal's fine. Okay, so so that's that one. And then of course this button changes what the screens show. This one is not drive control, cruise control, but speed limiter. Press and hold it. That P, say limit, defaults at 20. Keeps you from going over the speed limit. Set it to 70, 75 miles an hour. If you go faster, your pedal will stop intermittently. You can defeat it by pushing harder on the pedal. It starts to beep at you. Why is this focus so freaked out? Damn. So there's another video that explains that in more detail. Okay, this button defeats it temporarily. Every time you turn the engine off, it goes off. It goes back off. Those are your check lights that go on, just like most cars. Brake light, speedometer, fuel gauge, tachometer, temperature gauge. I really wish it had an oil pressure gauge, but hey, I mean, it's really a sporty looking gauge panel. An oil pressure gauge would be nice, but like most cars, it has an idiot light. Brake light, manual brake. Push the button. Let's go back. Push the button, releases it, pull it up. Gear shifter, park. Push the button in, which is up there. Neutral. Reverse, brings the camera on. Camera has another little button. If you tap the screen and push this, it gives you a down camera, which is kind of hard to see. It's looking straight down at the street and then back, which is good for checking directly behind your car. So that's that. And then drive, and that shows you up here, the letter display shows you what you're in. If you push this to the side, you get your manual speed shift. You can nudge it up 1, not moving so it won't go to 2. I think it's like 4 speeds or 5 speeds total. And then nudge it back down, so you up and down. Sort of like the older shifts that had low and second. Bring it back over, now you're just in drive. Temperature controls. This syncs them so that they both change the same. Yeah, otherwise they're independent. Turn that off. Now they're independent. Synced. AC, turn everything off. AC off. This is an auto blower. Low, medium, high, or whatever. This is manual blower speed. Go back to auto. This tells you what direction the fans are blowing. Floor and face, floor only, floor and defrost, face only, and so on. There's no other way to change it from, you can go high, which is heat. You can go low, which is freezing. So there you go. Front and rear defrosters. This recirculates internal air. This brings air from outside. I'm not going to go over the infotainment center because everybody else in the world does that. This is just your basic buttons to let you know what does what. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section. Thank you.